San Francisco is known for its beauty and for the extreme cost of houses here.
That's the $1 million view, isn't it? Literally, in this case.
Yeah. Actually, $3.5 million.
Fortunately, Mike has a budget to match.
My budget is between $3 and $4 million.
He's determined to get a home that's modern on the inside, but vintage on the outside. What this divorced dad of 3 doesn't plan on doing is compromising.
So 3 bedrooms, 3 baths.
Yeah.
What about, where does that mean I'm on the couch? I am definitely high maintenance in the sense that if I'm going to pay this kind of money, I want to get what I want.
Anybody hungry?
My name is Mike. I'm a retired investment banker. I recently got divorced. I have 3 beautiful children who I have half the time. Kaylin is 15 years old. Jack is 14. Ella is 10.
I vote for pizza. Ooh.
He's just sold this home in the San Francisco suburbs and wants to buy a new place in San Francisco proper.
I want to change my life. I'd like to live in the city. I want a more urban lifestyle. A little more action in terms of hustle and bustle. I think I want that. I crave that. And I think my kids do to a degree as well. Why don't we have a conference call just so we can finalize everything? My budget is between $3 and $4 million, which does not go very far in this city. I'm reasonable enough to realize that you can't have it all. All right, bye. But I do have high standards, and I am definitely high maintenance in the sense that if I'm going to pay this kind of money, I want to get what I want. See the bridge?
Location is extremely important to him.
I need to be in the north part of the city to have access to the Golden Gate Bridge so I can get to Marin quickly. Because Ella's in school in Marin, and it'll be much, much quicker to get her there. And at the same time, I'd love to be near the water.
So he's targeting homes in the Russian Hill neighborhood or a nearby area called Cow Hollow. He's looking for a house with history, and it must be architecturally unique.
My whole life, I've been very interested in architecture and history. I want something that has a historical flavor to it. It has character, it has good bones, it has a soul to it. Victorian houses being a great example. Of course, this may sound like a contradiction. I want modern amenities and contemporary on the inside.
He's looking for the same kind of custom details he had in his last place, such as a home integration system.
What that really means is the ability to centrally control pretty much every major system in the house. Audio, video, climate, lighting. Ideally, I would have 4 bedrooms, 1 for each of us when I have the kids. However, if Jack is back at boarding school, I might be a little bit more flexible on that.
He'd also like a lot of bathrooms. 4 would be ideal.
Goofy! I have 2 golden retrievers, Barkley and Finn. So I'd really like to have a house with a yard or a place that has more accessible, larger parks.
Good boy.
The city is really hopping right now.
It's so vibrant.
Mike would prefer turnkey, but he knows he'll probably want to upgrade any home he chooses to suit his needs. So he's asked his friend Damon, who has a background in construction, to advise him.
If there were changes, which are inevitable, I might be able to balance the costs, the time, because inevitably those things can get out of control and need to be managed.
You want something with a bay view, though.
I would like a view, but it's got to be dog-friendly, it's got to be kid-friendly. Damon understands me. He's got a very strong personality, so he's not going to be afraid to stand up to me and say, Mike, you know, I know you're not going to like that. I feel like you're going to have my back. I mean,
Well, I will, but I'm not going to be your yes man either.
Hey! So cute. Makes me miss the kitties.
With a budget of $4 million, Mike, a divorced father of 3, wants to buy a house that's vintage San Francisco on the outside and contemporary on the inside. But in this city's expensive real estate market, he's still going to have to make some trade-offs. So far, he and his friend Damon have seen an upgraded Edwardian. Mike liked its contemporary interior and location, but was concerned it only had 3 bedrooms. The next place, a dated Victorian, had 4 bedrooms, but only 2 baths. There was a bonus space downstairs that could be modified to suit Mike's needs, but renovation costs could add up, and neither home had the sweeping views he was looking for. This time around, Mike's agent is trying a new tactic.
Thank you.
They're in Lower Russian Hill, an ideal neighborhood for Mike, to see a condo in one of San Francisco's most iconic buildings.
Hey, Andy, how are you?
Hi, Greg. How are you?
Good to see you. The reason that I brought Mike here is that this is an incredible space with incredible views. This is not a large house. It's a condominium. However, there are some really intriguing features here that I think will resonate with him.
Welcome to Fairmont Heritage Place, Ghirardelli Square. As you may know, this is a former chocolate factory that we redeveloped into a private residence club.
And the club, which also functions as a high-end hotel, provides full amenities, including room service and valet parking.
Welcome.
Great. We'll look forward to seeing it.
Great. Let's take a look.
The unit they're heading to see is located in the Clock Tower building, built in 1916 to house the chocolate factory's main offices.
Wow.
So this is an incredible living room.
That's the $1 million view, isn't it? Literally in this case.
Yeah. Actually, $3.5 million. You're looking right into the North Bay. We see Alcatraz.
It's a great view of the Ghirardelli sign.
Definitely one of the most iconic landmarks in San Francisco. I love the architecture. It seems like it's a nice blend between the old and the new. What's the dog situation?
Dogs are allowed. And of course, there's all these parks, public parks here.
What about privacy?
Yeah, so that's what you would trade. You're living in a hotel, but you own this space. It would be a lifestyle that's fully serviced by this hotel. You can get room service at any time, maid service, concierge service, car service.
This is pretty much a mold breaker from what we were talking about, though, as far as like an independent kind of
It's different.
single-family home.
It doesn't have the size of a single-family home, but the amenities are way beyond what I would have thought. Why would they put the range hood right in front of the block?
Yeah, a couple of things probably we would have done differently.
These counter heights don't look standard to me.
Remember, up until this week, this used to be a hotel room. They had to make a certain number of rooms that were ADA compliant for disabled persons.
So then why are you showing me this unit as opposed to one that is not for the ADA?
Good question. I've seen other units here that have really great kitchens, but they don't have this view.
Damon, do you think
yeah.
that this?
Well,
do you think this is structural? Or
No,
do you think we can open
I
this
think
up?
all these walls, this wall could easily come out. This hood probably doesn't need to be there.
So 3 bedrooms, 3 baths.
Yeah.
What about where? Does that mean I'm on the couch? When I have the kids, I really need 4 bedrooms. It's hard to make the math work. Clearly, there's no home integration right now. I can just tell by looking at the light switches, etc. I'd probably want to do some retrofitting. What about the furniture? Is this comes with it, or?
It does, actually.
Okay.
I want to show you the master bedroom.
Why did they put this right here, blocking this great view?
Obviously, the clear thing to do would be to take this wall out and opening this wide open and make it kind of a suite.
Great idea.
We can get some pretty accurate estimates together.
Okay, well, which hopefully will be reasonable because this place is not cheap. Wow.
A toilet with a view.
Okay, wow. In San Francisco, those generally go for $1 million.
Right. Here, $3.5 million.
Thanks for reminding me.
I want to show you the second bedroom.
Okay.
It has really great scale, great space for morning light.
Definitely one of the 2 girls then would have this one, since Jack's not a morning person.
Right.
And it does have the ensuite bathroom. Looks like the accessibility factor applies here. They get the bar and they've got a seat. This is like the master bath, except it's got a window. Oh, wow. It's got a window.
It's not as large as the other room, but this glass really opens it up a lot.
Right. If you think about the access out here, that overcomes the small size of the place. So that I really like. I have some concerns. We haven't answered where I'm going to sleep.
It's very European to put sleeping quarters in the main great room in the forms of Murphy bed type style things. And so it's all there, but it's adding up, and it's not the turnkey thing that we discussed.
I'm open to that. I have a budget. I have to take into account the money I have to spend to renovate it. That's a concern of mine. There's a lot I'd want to change. One of these properties, though, really stands out for me.
With a budget of $4 million, Mike has been searching for a home in San Francisco. With the help of his friend Damon, he's looked at several options, and now they're sitting down to decide which one is right for him.
Cow Hollow property was the most turnkey, I think, of the ones we looked at.
Priced at $2.7 million, it's an updated Edwardian, converted from a retail space to a single-family home.
It's got great old bones. The way it was done inside in a contemporary way. It's beautiful. It's really well done. I love the roof decks. Of course, even from the top roof deck, you don't have the views. And I'm short a bedroom and a bathroom on this property.
I really thought the great room could easily be converted into a 4th sleeping area. That full bath downstairs at least solves for converting on that floor.
The second house is a century-old Victorian in Noe Valley, also priced at $2.7 million.
The house has great curb appeal. You can tell it had a lot of history. There was a lot of love and care that went into it over the years.
There's 4 bedrooms. I liked the open space and the feel in the back, but I do worry a little bit about the lack of view.
I also think that it really isn't turnkey. The problem there is the 2 bathrooms, 1 on each level. The way to fix that would mean remodeling the entire upstairs, which would inevitably mean remodeling the entire downstairs to tie that all together in a consistent way.
Located in Lower Russian Hill, the third place is a condo in a luxury hotel and is listed for $3.5 million.
You can't imagine a more iconic place in San Francisco than Ghirardelli Square. And to be able to live in the chocolate factory, I mean, it's phenomenal. And the view speaks for itself. The amenities aspect of this property are truly unique.
This property presents the 3-bedroom issue again. We could modify the great room into a 4th sleeping area.
Okay. A little worry about it's not turnkey, and of course, it's by far the most expensive one.
So which one will he choose?
One of these properties, though, really stands out for me. It's got to be the view property in Ghirardelli Square. There's almost no better view, certainly in the northern part of San Francisco. You can't have a more iconic historical property than this. Dog alert. I've been here now for about a month, and we're pretty much completely settled in. All 3 kids seem very, very happy here.
They're messy, but they're really good.
The dogs?
No, At first, I didn't like it at all because I thought the hotel thing would be weird, but I've really been able to make my room my own, and you can walk to anything, basically. We're around so many nice shops and restaurants. It's turned out to be a really great experience.
So basically what I've bought here is location, view, and a wonderfully easier lifestyle because of the amenities. I couldn't be happier.
That's good, Jack. That's very good.
The house was listed at $3.5 million. I was able to negotiate a price of around $3.2 million. I clearly traded off size. In this house, there's 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. The issue with that is when I have the kids, somebody's going to be left out, and that's me. That needs to be remedied. Do you love me? I really would like to do the Murphy bed. So on that wall, there's actually going to be room for a queen bed, and I'm going to add a powder room. My current thinking is to definitely redo the kitchen. This whole area will be gone. It'll be a much more flowing and integrated entertaining space. The way I look at the freedom I now have living here is in terms of time and stress, sitting in traffic. Don't have to do that. Walk down our stairs, 10 different choices of food. This is literally your first banana split?
Literally my first banana split.
The hotel services frees up time, and with the kids, it's just so precious. It's far exceeded any of my expectations.